What is going on, guys? Welcome to FTV Family Time Vlogs Oscar predictions. Last time I was going over everything and we actually did not do good at all. Mom beat me by 1. That's all you beat me by. 1. I thought you beat me by a lot. I got 4 right. Mom got 5 right. The problem was we didn't expect Everything Everywhere All at Once to just sweep up every award. I think it won like 7. Mom, do you remember what you picked for best movie last year? Elvis. I picked Top Gun. I still stand by that. Top Gun should have won. We were all over the map. We did not do good at all. This year, we're gonna try to do better. Let me just go right out now and tell you which ones we liked and which ones you probably don't need to watch. American Fiction, it was a decent watch. It was a lot more comedic than I thought. And he did an excellent job balancing the line between a serious guy, frustrated, and like a character. Anatomy of a Fall, fantastic movie. After it sat with me and resonated for a few days, I would not be shocked if she got Best Actress, to be honest. I don't think it's going to happen. It's a long shot. She's my 3rd, but she's a sleeper because she did a phenomenal job in that movie. Basically, it's about a movie where the husband fell and he died, and they didn't know if he fell and killed himself or it was an accident or she murdered him, because it could have went either way. And basically, it's all in a courtroom and everything comes out. Barbie, don't think should be on this list. It's a comedic movie. It's a good movie. Don't get me wrong, but it's just not like Oscar type movie. Although I was telling Mom the other day that I think everybody in the world was going to see Barbie. They're taking their kids and everything, going to see it. I can't wait. This is going to be funny, great, goofy, feel-good movie. And it actually turned out to be a decent, solid movie. Holdovers. Amazing movie. That's the movie you should watch if you haven't watched it. It's just great. It's about a school that's a private school, university. Most of the kids go home for Christmas break, and whoever stays there still gets taught. Paul Giamatti did amazing job in that as a teacher that had to teach them. Very good. Killers of the Flower Moon, I really don't have to talk about that, do I? Movie was brilliant. Martin Scorsese, just genius. I would definitely watch that, but that's a blockbuster. Maestro, I don't know. How do you feel about that movie? Yeah, meh. It wasn't terrible. I don't know. Although I think Bradley Cooper did amazing in that, but let's be honest, at this point Bradley Cooper has solidified himself as an amazing actor. Came a long way from Hangover, huh? Oppenheimer, no introduction needed, blockbuster, Hollywood, everybody's talking about it. Past Lives, that was actually a decent movie. I would watch it, not on the Oscar aspect, but more along the line as a feel-good romance aspect, right? It's probably one of the best romances this year. Yeah, most serious one. Poor Things, oh boy. This is the movie where it's crazy. It is brilliant on probably every front. Just the amount of sexual interactions, nudity is unreal. I'm not the only one. I looked this up online. Nobody knows how it passed as an R and not like a X-rated movie. Well, not X-rated, but like a non-rated movie. But I wish people would have told us that, because nobody seems to mention that. They just say how much of a great movie it is, Oscar nominated, and should be Oscar worthy. But yeah, The Zone of Interest, I would watch that. I would recommend. Not you?
Yeah.
It's not a bad movie. The ending is just where it lost it for us. other than the blockbusters, which is Killer Moons, Oppenheimer, Barbie, the only thing I would recommend really is Zone of Interest and definitely Holdovers. That's my 100%. Would you recommend any others?
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Well, that's a blockbuster, I said.
Oh.
Those should have been watched already. Usually blockbusters are. So this year, we're going to do it a little bit different. We have our ballots. We're going to go through each category, and then we're just going to, 1, 2, 3, pick who we say want. Let's start with Best Picture. A lot of these categories only have 2 front runners, but I'm only could pick one.
Best Picture has 10, so it's like all the other ones are like 5, 6.
I didn't realize there was 10. Yeah. Well, Barbie probably shouldn't be on there. Best Picture pick. You got it?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Oppenheimer.
Holdovers.
That's my want. This is my think. This is my want and think, so. Alright, now we move on to Best Director. Just having a rough time thinking over here. Two, three.
Christofer Nolan.
Alright, well, I think you might get that. Martin Scorsese. I'm literally just putting who I want and think, like, kind of like that middle. If you look into all, like, the facts and everything surrounding it, which plays a little bit of a part in who wins these awards, Christopher Nolan has never won.
No.
Never. And this, we're talking about the guy that did Inception, which was such a phenomenal movie. He did Interstellar, fantastic movie. He's never been won. I think he's been up 5 times and never won, so that's a good bet. Martin Scorsese, come on, do I have to say why I think he's going to win? He's a GOAT in the industry, let's be real. And to be honest, Killers of a Flower Moon, I think you would agree on this, was better than Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer wasn't a bad movie, it was a good message, historical and everything, but Killers of a Flower Moon was better. Alright, acting and leading role. 1, 2, 3.
Bradley Cooper.
Paul Giamatti. I think Bradley Cooper would be my 3rd slot. He's a sleeper. He could win. He deserves to win. He's been snubbed before. But Paul Giamatti's never won either. He's old and he's brilliant. And he was just phenomenal in this role. I think who a lot of people think are going to win. See, this is me wanting, more of a want. I think Cillian Murphy is going to win. I mean, he's won the SAG. He's won every award so far leading up to this. It'd be a shock to see if he didn't win. But I really would like to see it go to Paul Giamatti. You have to watch that movie. He was phenomenal in it. Fantastic. All right, here we go. Actress in a leading role. This is... I'm going to tell you, it's a no-brainer for me. 1, 2, 3, Lillian Gladstone. She's been cleaning up right now. She's been doing very well. She's winning everything. She deserves to be the actress in a leading role. Emma Stone, though, she was just so good in that role. She literally solidified that she is one of the best actresses right now in Hollywood. It's so different spectrum because Lily Gladstone, I sat here and I thought about it. And I'm like, who am I going to pick? She didn't say much. A lot of people says, oh, she didn't do anything and everything. But that's a great actress as well. When you don't really have to say much and all your emotion comes out through just how you carry yourself, how you act without vocalizing yourself, is just brilliant as well. And she took over that movie in that kind of role. So yeah, I think she got it. Plus Emma Stone's won. Alright, acting and supporting role. No-brainer.
I'm putting who I want to, not
Who you want? Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Mark Ruffalo. But I think Robert Downey Jr.
I put Robert Downey Jr. I want him to win. I think he'll win. You gotta remember, he's been brilliant ever since Iron Man. He's never won before. He definitely deserves it. And from what I heard, he took a pay cut. Not really a pay cut, but he didn't really take a lot of money to do this role. He did it to show his artistic ability, and he was phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, Mark Ruffalo would be my 2 slot. He was just comedically a genius in that movie. I wish the movie wasn't borderline Playboy, shall we say, because it was such a phenomenal movie, from the acting to the set to everything. But he was great in that role. Actress in supporting role, do we need any time? I think we both. 1, 2, 3, Divine Joy Randolph. Yeah. Fantastic. Brilliant. I rewatched the movie again the other day with my son. He loved it. She did so good captivating that role. Yeah, there's nobody else. Jodie Foster, maybe, or Emily Blunt might be my 2 slot, 2 and 3. But I think Divine. Divine?
It's Divine.
Miss Joy Randolph. I don't know. Cinematography. I think this is where we're gonna differ. Poor Things, yeah. I agree. I didn't think you were gonna pick that. We're in the theater and I said to Mom, I'm like, out of all these movies that I've watched for Best Picture, cinematography, like the shots, how they followed her and everything. They built a fantasy world for this movie. So the shots, they were able to go in and out and follow her into buildings and everything, which you don't normally see in movies because it's hollow. I wish this movie was a little bit more R. Film editing. I'm having a really hard time deciding this. I think it's honestly gonna go between Oppenheimer and Killers of a Flower Moon. I'm just trying to figure out which one was edited a little bit better. I'm gonna go Oppenheimer. Oops, sorry. 1, 2, 3. Oppenheimer. You too? Oh, okay. All right. I didn't expect that. Yeah, a 3-hour movie, and some of the shots, how they would pan to some of the scenes, like the scientific things, how they made it look scientific on the screen with plasma things and everything going around. It was edited very, very well. Costume design. 1, 2, 3. Poor Things? Yeah, we're not differing.
I was gonna put Barbie, but...
So here's the thing with Barbie. It could be worthy of it, but I think it's a little bit easier for designers to actually just copy costumes that were already a costume and make it real life than it is to come up with all the elegant gowns and suits that we saw in Poor Thing. I think those are my 2 front runners. Killers of a Flower Moon will probably be my 3rd slot. Alright, makeup and hairstyling. I switch. I'm gonna tell you right now, spoiler, I'm not going Poor Things. 1, 2, 3, Maestro. Stop picking mine. Are you cheating over here? Yeah, who usually wins makeup is when you're dealing with prosthetics. The Whale won last year. And Maestro, they made Bradley Cooper look exactly like this guy. Production design. I can see Oppenheimer taking this. I don't know if it's going to be an Oppenheimer fest. Because it could be an Oppenheimer fest, because I could see Oppenheimer going into a lot of these categories. I think you put Poor Things. I'm going to go Oppenheimer. I definitely see it going to Poor Things. I was actually going to put that, but I'm going to stick with Oppenheimer. Sound. Oh, I know this. Oh, copy.
Oh.
1, 2, 3. Zone of Interest.
I thought you were going to pick Mission Impossible.
No, it's crazy. If you watch this movie, the sound you're hearing through just the sounds, not the vocals and acting, is a different movie entirely than the movie you're actually watching with the acting and vocals. It's insane. I haven't seen a movie do that in pretty much ever, really. Original score. I think we're going to be the same on this, too. 1, 2, 3. Killers of a Flower Moon. Yeah. The score is just great in that movie. Original song, I know we're going to be the same, right? What was I made for? Miss Billie Eilish. Her second one in 3 years? What? Well, I'm just Ken. It's going to win. Come on. Animated film, I think we're going to be the same on this, too. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. If that doesn't win, I will throw another brick at my screen because Elemental was probably one of the best Disney Pixar movies I've seen to date. Especially new generation Disney Pixar. Phenomenal. Here's the two big ones. Writing adapted screenplay. Now this came from a book. 1, 2, 3. Wow, Barbie. Like I said, I feel like it could be any of them, really, honestly. Writing original screenplay. I know you're picking Holdover, so I'm trying to think if I want to stick and play it safe and be with her, or actually go outside the box and pick my number 2. I think Holdovers is going to get it. I'm going to pick who I want. I want to see Anatomy of a Fall get recognized in some kind of ways. Plus, I see it written just as well as Holdovers. Alright guys, that is it. Hopefully we get more than 5 correct. In closing, all these movies are fantastic. We have a good year this year. All these actors and actresses, in my mind, not like prior years, deserve it. They're all fantastic. This is a tough year, whoever wins and whoever loses. Because it's some of the best of the best. Martin Scorsese, Christofer Nolan, Bradley Cooper, Paul Giamatti, Murphy, Lily Gladstone, Carey Mulligan, Emma Stone, Sandra Hüller, Robert De Niro, Robert Downey Jr., Ryan Gosling, Mark Ruffalo. This is a crazy year. Alright, that's it guys. The Oscars are Sunday, March 10th on ABC. We'll be watching. And let's see who wins. Mom or me? Mom or myself? It's gonna be a good year. Alright. We'll see you guys later. Peace.